Hey everyone, welcome back to Speak Next English Podcast today.
If you're new here, please subscribe to our channel right now.
Hit that bell icon so you never miss our conversations.
Today, we're talking about why humor is so hard in English.
This is something every English learner struggles with at some point.
I still remember trying to tell jokes and nobody laughed.
Yeah, humor is one of the hardest language skills to master.
So let's explore why it's difficult and how to improve.
First, let's learn vocabulary about humor in English language today.
The word humor means the quality of being funny or amusing.
Joke refers to something said or done to cause laughter.
For example, I tried to tell a joke, but nobody understood it.
Pun is a joke using words with multiple meanings or similar sounds.
Sarcasm means saying the opposite of what you mean ironically or mockingly.
Like, oh great, another rainy day, just what I needed, sarcastically.
Wit refers to the ability to say clever and funny things.
Comedy means professional entertainment intended to make people laugh out loud.
These words help you discuss different types of humor in English.
Now, let's talk about why timing makes humor so difficult.
Comedy is all about timing, saying things at the perfect moment.
When you're speaking a foreign language, your brain works slower.
By the time you form the joke, the moment has passed.
Native speakers make jokes instantly without thinking about grammar or vocabulary.
But learners need time to construct sentences, which kills the timing.
The delay between setup and punchline ruins the joke completely often.
And if you have to explain a joke, it's not funny.
Exactly. Humor loses all impact when you need to translate or clarify.
Let's learn phrases about timing in English conversations today, clearly.
You can say, I thought of a joke but missed my chance.
Or explain, by the time I understood, the moment has passed already.
Try stating, I need more time to process jokes in English.
You might express, native speakers are so quick with their humor always.
Or admit, I get the joke 5 minutes too late usually.
These phrases describe the timing challenge learners face with humor daily.
Now, let's discuss cultural references that make humor confusing for learners.
So much humor relies on shared cultural knowledge and common experiences.
Americans make jokes about TV shows everyone watched growing up there.
References to Seinfeld or Friends won't make sense to outsiders.
British humor references history, politics, and cultural events specific to Britain.
If you didn't grow up there, you miss the context entirely.
Sports jokes only work if you understand the sport and teams. Historical references require knowledge of events you never learned about possibly.
Pop culture jokes assume everyone knows the same movies and music.
Let's learn vocabulary about cultural references in English language today.
Reference means mentioning something indirectly by relating to something else clearly.
Context refers to circumstances or background needed to understand something fully.
Pop culture means popular entertainment, trends, and ideas in mainstream society.
Like, that joke was a pop culture reference I didn't understand.
Insider describes something only understood by a particular group of people.
Mainstream refers to ideas or culture accepted by most people in society.
Background knowledge means information needed to understand a topic or reference clearly.
Shared experience refers to events or culture that groups of people know.
These words help discuss cultural aspects of humor in English conversations.
Now, let's discuss wordplay and puns being hard for learners.
Puns use words that sound similar or have multiple meanings creatively.
You need deep vocabulary knowledge to even recognize the wordplay happening.
Native speakers catch these instantly because they know all the meanings.
But learners might only know one meaning of a word.
For example, I used to be a banker but lost interest.
This works because interest means both curiosity and money earned from banks.
If you only know interest as curiosity, the joke doesn't work.
Homophones, words that sound identical but have different meanings, confuse learners greatly.
I'm reading a book about anti-gravity. It's impossible to put down.
This uses put down literally and figuratively for the pun to work.
Let's learn phrases about understanding wordplay in English clearly.
You can ask, can you explain that pun to me, please?
Or admit, I don't get the wordplay in that joke.
Try saying, is there a double meaning I'm missing here?
You might request, can you break down why that's funny exactly?
Or state, I understand the words, but not the joke itself.
These phrases help when you're confused by wordplay or puns, clearly.
Now, let's discuss sarcasm and irony being difficult to recognize.
Sarcasm means saying the opposite of what you actually mean intentionally.
Native speakers use tone of voice to signal they're being sarcastic.
But learners might take sarcastic comments literally without understanding the tone.
Someone says, oh, wonderful, with a sarcastic tone when something bad happens. If you don't catch the tone, you think they're genuinely happy.
Written sarcasm is even harder because there's no vocal tone at all.
You need context clues to realize someone's being sarcastic in text messages.
Irony is when the opposite of what's expected happens, surprisingly.
Understanding irony requires cultural knowledge about what's normally expected in situations.
Let's learn vocabulary about sarcasm in English language today clearly.
Sarcasm means using irony to mock or show contempt for something.
Tone refers to the way something is said, showing attitude or feeling.
Literal means taking words in their basic sense without interpretation or exaggeration.
Like, I took her sarcastic comment literally and felt confused completely.
Irony refers to expressing meaning by using opposite language for effect.
Mock means to tease or make fun of someone or something.
Subtle describes something not obvious, requiring careful attention to notice it clearly.
Cue refers to a signal or hint about how to interpret something.
These words help discuss sarcasm and irony in English conversations today.
Let's talk about slang and making humor inaccessible for English learners everywhere.
So much modern humor uses current slang and informal expressions constantly.
Slang changes quickly, so even recent learners miss new expressions entirely.
By the time you learn one slang term, it's already outdated.
Memes and internet humor rely heavily on current slang and references.
Understanding these requires being deeply immersed in online English culture currently.
Regional slang varies between countries, cities, and even neighborhoods, sometimes dramatically.
British slang is completely different from American or Australian slang often.
What's funny in one region might be confusing elsewhere completely.
Let's learn phrases about slang in English language conversations today.
You can ask, what does that slang expression mean exactly here?
Or admit, I'm not familiar with that slang term yet.
Try saying, is that a new slang phrase I haven't learned?
You might request, can you say that in more standard English?
Or state, the slang makes this joke hard to understand clearly.
These phrases help navigate unfamiliar slang in humorous situations and conversations.
Now let's discuss self-deprecating humor being culturally specific in different places.
English speakers, especially British people, frequently make fun of themselves regularly.
This self-deprecating humor builds rapport and shows humility to other people.
But in some cultures, putting yourself down seems strange or inappropriate.
Why would you intentionally make yourself look bad in front of others?
Understanding when self-deprecation is appropriate versus awkward takes cultural knowledge and experience.
You also need confidence to laugh at yourself in another language.
Learners already feel insecure about their English skills and abilities generally.
Making jokes about your own mistakes requires a comfort level many lack.
Let's learn vocabulary about self-deprecating humor in English language today.
Self-deprecating means making jokes about your own faults or weaknesses intentionally.
Humble describes not thinking you're better than other people at all.
Rapport refers to a friendly, harmonious relationship between people who connect well.
Like, self-deprecating humor helps build rapport with English speakers, often successfully.
Insecure means lacking confidence in yourself or your abilities in situations.
Put down means to criticize or make someone seem less important.
Confidence refers to belief in yourself and your abilities in various situations.
Appropriate means suitable or acceptable for a particular situation or culture, clearly. These words help discuss self-deprecating humor in English conversations and interactions.
Now let's discuss delivery and body language affecting humor significantly.
How you say something matters as much as what you say.
Facial expressions, gestures, and body language enhance jokes tremendously for impact.
Native speakers use these naturally without thinking about them at all.
But learners focus so hard on words they forget body language.
A deadpan delivery, saying funny things with a serious face, is effective.
But this requires confidence and perfect timing to pull off successfully.
Exaggerated expressions can make stories funnier and more engaging for listeners.
But if you're nervous about speaking, your delivery seems stiff and flat.
Let's learn phrases about delivery in English language conversations today.
You can say, I need to work on my delivery for jokes.
Or admit, my timing and expression aren't great yet in English.
Try stating, I sound too serious when trying to be funny.
You might express, native speakers have such natural, expressive delivery always.
Or observe, body language really enhances humor in English, I've noticed clearly.
These phrases acknowledge the performance aspect of humor in language learning.
Now let's discuss regional humor differences within English-speaking countries and cultures.
British humor is often dry, subtle, and based on understatement significantly.
Americans prefer more obvious, energetic humor with clear punchlines and delivery.
Australian humor tends to be self-deprecating and irreverent toward authority figures often.
Irish humor involves clever wordplay and storytelling with unexpected twists frequently.
What's hilarious in one English-speaking country might fall flat elsewhere completely.
Even within countries, North and South have different humor styles.
Urban and rural areas have distinct types of humor too, clearly.
Understanding these nuances takes years of cultural immersion in those places.
Let's learn vocabulary about regional humor in English language today.
Regional means relating to a particular area or part of a country.
Dry humor refers to deadpan, subtle comedy without obvious emotion shown clearly.
Understatement means presenting something as less important than it really is.
Like, British humor often uses understatement for comedic effect, successfully and cleverly.
Irreverent describes showing a lack of respect in a humorous way.
Nuance refers to subtle differences in meaning, expression, or approach to things.
Immersion means being completely surrounded by a language or culture constantly, daily.
Distinct describes something noticeably different from others in clear ways, obviously.
These words help discuss regional variations in humor across English-speaking areas.
Let's talk about taboo topics making humor risky for learners everywhere.
Native speakers know which topics are acceptable for jokes and which aren't.
But learners might accidentally make offensive jokes without realizing the problem.
Religion, politics, race, and gender are sensitive topics requiring careful handling.
What's acceptable among friends might be inappropriate in professional settings completely.
The same joke can be funny or offensive depending on context.
Knowing these boundaries comes from years of cultural understanding and exposure.
Learners don't have this intuition yet, so they risk offending people.
It's safer to avoid controversial humor until you understand the culture.
Let's learn phrases about sensitive humor in English language clearly.
You can ask, is it okay to joke about this topic?
Or check, would this joke be considered offensive to people here?
Try saying, I'm not sure if this is appropriate humor.
You might state, I'll stick to safe topics until I understand better.
Or admit, I don't know the boundaries for humor in English yet.
These phrases show awareness that humor can be risky in conversations. Now let's discuss how observational humor requires deep cultural understanding of daily life.
Comedians make jokes about everyday experiences people relate to commonly and widely.
But these universal experiences are actually culturally specific to certain places.
Jokes about dealing with customer service only work if you know that culture's norms.
Jokes about family dynamics assumes everyone has similar family structures and experiences.
Workplace humor requires understanding that country's work culture and office dynamics clearly.
If you haven't lived in that culture, these observations seem foreign.
You can't relate to situations you've never experienced yourself before, clearly.
This is why immigrant comedians often joke about cultural differences specifically.
Let's learn vocabulary about observational humor in English language today.
Observational means based on noticing details about everyday life and experiences.
Relate means to feel connected to something through shared experience, clearly.
Universal describes something applicable to all people or situations everywhere, supposedly.
Like, some humor seems universal, but is actually culturally specific always, clearly.
Dynamics refers to the way people interact and relate in groups.
Norms means standard patterns of behavior expected in a particular society.
Immigrant refers to someone who moves to live in a different country.
Foreign describes something from another country or culture, seeming strange or unfamiliar. These words help discuss observational aspects of humor in English conversations.
Now let's discuss laughing at appropriate times in English conversations clearly.
Sometimes people laugh not because something's funny, but for social reasons.
Polite laughter shows you're engaged and friendly in the conversation happening.
But learners might laugh at wrong moments or miss social laughter cues.
If everyone laughs and you don't, you seem unfriendly or confused.
If you laugh when nobody else does, that's awkward too, clearly.
Reading the room and matching others' reactions requires social awareness and practice.
This is hard enough in your native language, worse in English.
Let's learn phrases about laughter in English conversations today clearly.
You can admit, I didn't catch the joke, but I laughed anyway.
Or explain, I wasn't sure if that was meant to be funny.
Try saying, sometimes I miss the humor in conversations completely here.
You might state, I'm learning when to laugh in English conversations still clearly.
Or ask, was that supposed to be a joke or serious?
These phrases acknowledge confusion about humorous moments in English interactions daily. Now let's discuss how personality affects your humor in English language.
Some people are naturally funny in their native language and culture.
But their personality might not translate well to English humor styles.
Quiet, subtle humor doesn't work if English culture values loud, obvious jokes.
Your natural comedic style might clash with the culture's humor preferences.
You have to decide whether to adapt or stay authentic, clearly.
Some learners become funnier in English than their native language, surprisingly.
The new language gives them freedom to be different versions of themselves.
Humor is deeply personal, so losing it feels like losing yourself.
Let's learn vocabulary about personality and humor in English today.
Personality means the combination of characteristics that form someone's character distinctly.
Authentic describes being true to yourself and your real nature honestly.
Adapt means to adjust to new conditions or cultural expectations successfully, clearly.
Like, I had to adapt my humor style for English-speaking audiences here.
Translate means to express something in a different language or form.
Natural describes something coming easily without effort or practice required at all.
Clash means to be incompatible or in conflict with something else.
Version refers to a particular form of something that differs from others.
These words help discuss how personality relates to humor and language.
Let's talk about improving your humor in English step by step.
Start by consuming comedy in English. Watch stand-up and sitcoms regularly.
Pay attention to what makes native speakers laugh in different situations.
Notice patterns in joke structure, timing, and delivery from various comedians.
Learn common joke formats like setup and punchline or callback jokes.
Practice retelling jokes you've heard to build confidence with delivery skills.
Start with simple, universal humor before attempting complex or cultural jokes.
Self-deprecating jokes about learning English are safe and relatable for everyone.
Don't force humor. Let it develop naturally as your English improves.
Let's learn phrases about developing humor in English language clearly.
You can say, I'm working on understanding English humor better currently.
Or state, I watch comedy shows to learn how humor works.
Try explaining, I'm starting with simple jokes before getting more complex gradually.
You might admit, my humor in English is still developing over time.
You might express, I feel more comfortable with humor as my English improves.
These phrases show you're actively working on this challenging skill area. Now let's discuss making mistakes with humor being okay and normal.
Every English learner will make awkward jokes that don't land well.
You'll tell jokes nobody laughs at many times during your learning.
You might accidentally say something offensive without meaning to at all.
These mistakes are part of learning, not failures to feel bad about.
Native speakers make unfunny jokes all the time, too. It's completely normal.
The key is learning from mistakes and not giving up entirely.
Keep trying, and your humor will improve with practice and exposure consistently.
Eventually, making people laugh in English becomes incredibly rewarding and satisfying.
Let's learn phrases about humor mistakes in English language today.
You can laugh it off. Well, that joke didn't work at all.
Or acknowledge, I think I missed the mark with that one.
Try saying, my joke fell completely flat just now. Oops.
You might admit, I'm still learning what's funny in English clearly here.
Or joke, add that to my list of failed jokes, honestly.
These phrases show you can laugh at yourself, which is important.
Let's talk about understanding that humor takes the longest to master.
You can become fluent in grammar and vocabulary relatively quickly overall.
But humor requires deep cultural knowledge that takes years to develop.
Even advanced learners struggle with humor in their second language always.
Don't feel bad if humor is the last skill you master.
Many native speakers aren't funny either, so don't pressure yourself too much.
Focus on other skills first. Humor will come naturally with time.
The fact you're trying shows excellent progress in your English journey.
Let's learn encouraging phrases about humor development in English language clearly.
You can tell yourself, humor is advanced. I'm doing fine without it.
Or think, my English is good even if I'm not funny yet.
Try affirming, humor will come naturally as I gain more experience here.
You might say, I don't need to be funny to communicate well.
Or remind yourself, understanding humor is harder than producing humor in English.
These thoughts help you be patient with yourself during the process.
All right, let's wrap up today's conversation about humor in English.
We've learned that humor is one of the hardest language skills overall.
Timing, cultural references, and wordplay all create challenges for English learners, clearly.
Sarcasm, slang, and regional differences make humor even more confusing for people.
Delivery, body language, and knowing taboo topics require cultural knowledge and awareness.
Personality and authentic expression affect how your humor translates to English.
Consuming comedy, practicing simple jokes, and accepting mistakes help you improve gradually.
Remember that even advanced learners struggle with humor in English always.
Be patient with yourself. Humor develops naturally with time and exposure.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like and share it.
Subscribe to Speak Next English podcast for more helpful conversations like this one.
Leave a comment about your experiences with humor and English learning.
We'd love to hear your funny or awkward joke stories.
Practice understanding English humor by watching comedy shows and stand-up regularly.
Next time, we'll explore another interesting topic for English learners.
Until then, keep learning and don't stress about being funny yet.
Thank you for listening to Speak Next English podcast today, everyone.
Take care, keep learning, and keep improving your English skills.
Goodbye, everyone, and remember, humor is the hardest skill to master.
Bye-bye, and enjoy some English comedy this week for practice.
See you next time with more valuable conversations, dear friends.